it's always something of a challenge to come up with dessert, especially at noon, right? I want to begin by thanking President Stevenson for that very warm introduction, and it's actually for arranging this whole event today, my opportunity to get to meet you and start a conversation. I also want to thank you for coming. Everyone always has many things to do, so I appreciate the fact that you made a choice to come and hear a couple of remarks from me. I'm not going to be too formal or too long. Before I start, I do want to sort of acknowledge that there are people that wanted to be here and that are down the street, probably in the rain, for the Culture Matters rally, and it's important to acknowledge those efforts, and since it's so important to our teachers here. So I thought of this as the beginning of the conversation, not as the end of the conversation. I can't say everything that I could say, nor could I, hear today everything I really want to hear. I've been here since the end of July, learning very quickly a lot of things, which is just a great pleasure to me. But from you, I have a great deal more to learn. I thought I would tell you a little bit about, why I came, a little bit about my background, and then tell you something about FCAT as I understand it. Many of you have connections to faculty or institutions within the schools that have come to make up FCAT. But a lot of you don't really know the whole scope, so I thought I'd spend some time on that. And then conclude with kind of a bird's eye view of how we might get further involved. So when I came to FCAT, I was looking for the opportunity to redefine the relationship between the academy and the community. I think I probably wrote about the need to do that or concluded that before I was tenured, so a long time ago, and I have been looking for ways to do that ever since. I really think it's crucial to the future of the university. I could give you an hour-long lecture on why I think that's the case, but we'll save that for another day. As Michael just mentioned, I came from a department that spanned a wide range of disciplines, many of which are mirrored in FCAT. So we had communication, we had art, practice, and graphics design, we had human-computer interaction, we had literature, languages, so a really broad mandate. And that's the atmosphere in which I sort of came of age as an intellectual. So when I guess another thing that I had a chance to do at Rensselaer was develop abilities or understandings of what it took to lead faculty to articulate a common project and move forward. What I was not finding and what I was looking for a new challenge was to answer that question, which I think has to do with the community, which is what for? Or so what, sometimes people say. In what service? And I believe that everything the university does has to be in service of society, has to be in service of community. When I saw then the position here at Simon Fraser, I thought, well, this is an institution that has a history of understanding that. This is an institution that has a history of innovation. And with the massive reorganization out of which FCAT came, this is an institution which is committed to change. And I said, this is what I've been looking for. So I guess I should say, I was thinking last night, what should I talk about? I thought, oh, I do have to say that, oh, by the way, it's nice to live in Vancouver, right? So my husband, Mark, and I are very excited about the prospect of living in a more urban environment. We did arrive, I have to admit, during the heat wave of July, okay, so that almost sent us back, no, not really. But we laid low that week, I guess, almost literally, waiting for the heat to clear. So once we got over that hump, we have been exploring the streets, we've been exploring the communities and the institutions as we make Vancouver our new home. So let me go back to telling you about what I found so compelling at SFU. FCAT is the intersection. It's an exciting intersection intersection of communication, art, and technology. So what does that mean? To me, that means when you take creativity and it meets the new technology, all in the service of community. Michael mentioned discourse too, so there's always that communication component. Everywhere I look today, everything is infused and changing because of the new media technologies. And in a city, in an urban area like this one, the creative economy is so centrally tied up with the future of with cultural production in its broadest sense, of being new intellectual property, if you will, to use a technical term, and the way that the new technologies are changing that whole dynamic. And I guess I'm committed, and I believe that you all are committed here to making or continuing to make Vancouver really a center for that. And FCAT really brings together a lot of the themes that make Vancouver have so much potential in that future. So I think there's a lot of exciting promise for unique programs to come out of FCAT. Among students, before I even came, I got an email that said, you know, we are new students coming in, they're starting today, and they have designated FCAT as their faculty of choice. It's one of the highest choices in the university. And this is before they even know who we are. So we are, you know, the word is out, and I guess my goal today is that the word should get out even broader through you, that FCAT is here, and it is exciting. One of the signature aspects of FCAT is its location. Now, I say signature aspects, and I'll explain what I mean in a minute, but the flip side of it, you could say one of its problems, but I actually think it's quite exciting. We are not just up the mountain in Burnaby. We are also on the SkyTrain in Surrey, and we are also down here, right, you know, in this room, in what I guess I'm not supposed to call Harbour Centre anymore, but I still think of it that way. And shortly we're going to be down a few streets in the Woodward complex. So we're already in the community, and it's not just that we visit here. I have faculty in all of these schools who are based in these places. One of the commitments that I have made is that I will be in all of these places on a routine basis as well. In fact, today is my first pre-campus day, and this is my second stop, and I'll end up in Surrey this evening. So one of the things I want to say to all of you is that when you are ready to continue this conversation, I will be where you are.